So starting from the landing here, this would need to be a 6-inch Newell box. The reason is the 5.5 stringer cap does not cover, and it's also not centered. So I'm better off pulling the existing Newell and then pulling this stringer cap and then cutting back as far as I possibly can. So when the Newell box comes out 6 inches, I'm not going too much further out onto the landing, but that's the only way that that's going to look right. I really want to bed the 5.5 stringer cap into a 6-inch square Newell box in order to be able to not only center it, but also to be able to have just a nice bed into here instead of trying to match it as I square up the Newell box. Moving up from the landing, these will all be 1 3/4 square balusters. So they're the same footprint of what's here now, as these are 1 3/4, but they're just going to be straight square balusters. So I do need to put them into, this is called a chair rail, what's down at the bottom here, the trim piece for the rails to nail into, which is actually a nice way of installing it. But I need to find something that's over 3 1/4, because what we're going to find trying to match the footprint of what's existing is when you put a new freshly finished piece over what's already been painted, you know, they didn't get to this section. So instead of dealing with all the extra paint work, what we want to do is we want to cover that. So there's a total of 21 square balusters. This Newell box, the way this is going to be designed, is it's going to look just like the rest of them, where there's a flat part before the recess panel comes up. But what we're going to do is we're going to make another raised section here and then a recessed section up here to make it more decorative. So it's going to intersect into the raised section of this Newell box. We will only have that design on one side out of 3 different Newell boxes. So this side here would look the same as this side here. This side here would look the same as this side here. So this has the same 4 sides, and then this one has the same design as this on 3 sides, 1, 2, and then 3. But we change the design on this side just so we can intersect the rail right here. But then it'll look nice up here because it'll have another recess, so it'll look customized to the way that the rails are laid out. So intersection into a custom Newell box here, custom Newell box here. And then this rail is going to screw into this Newell box from here. And I have to right angle hinge fasten into the wall here. And of course they didn't block for the rail intersection here, so I've got to make sure that this is tight. So same up here, the chair rail for the bottom of the square balusters to bed into, and I will match the same spacing. That piece needs to go here, minimum 3 1/4, here, minimum 3 1/4. And as far as the finish work, the only thing that would really need to be finished before I would start, and you almost get into a point where you could maybe replace the trim and the stringer caps. Boy, it would be tough. The stringer cap, the true stringer, would need to be finished in place. Replacing that would be a nightmare. But some of this trim work wouldn't be so bad. So that is outside of what I normally do, and would be better suited for a painter. But as far as what will come in as a new color, this, all of the balusters and all of the Newell boxes and all of the rails.